Hey everyone, it's November 28th. It's another Wednesday. That means it's time for another In and Out Weekly Comics Pull List. You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. And here's some comics. Muck Comics. This is my pull list. Today, this week, only 2 number ones. Marvel released 2 number ones. That is I don't think they've released this few number ones on a given week in months. And they're huge number ones. Look at this. Dead Man Logan. Instead of Old Man Logan, now he's Dead Man Logan. Maybe they'll do a series after this where it'll be Undead Man Logan. Oh, yeah. I called it. Come on, Zombie Logan running around. That'd be fantastic. Ironheart, number 1. Everyone's been waiting for this book. Am I right? Oh, only 4 variants for Dead Man Logan. I guess they don't think it's that hot. And only 5 variants for Ironheart, number 1. I think Tony Stark had like 29 variants. That's it? Speaking of variants, man, what's up with Amazing Spider-Man number 10? Has 10 variant covers? That's more than both these number 1s combined. And I looked at it, it didn't look like a special issue or anything. What? It can't be one of those legacy numbers, right? Because their number 10 is equal to, when you add, I can't even think of it now. What is it? Like you add, it was 802 was supposed to be number 1, so you add 10. I was like, what's supposed to be 12? I don't know. This is too hard to keep track of. This is nonsense. So anyways, I was driving to home, I guess, from the comic book store, and going to In and Out, and I was listening to podcasts and stuff. Went, oh man, look at, I'm trying to go natural light, and look what happens. Fail. I just failed. There we go. Turn a little bit. I'm listening to Captain Frugal did a video, and I really liked what he had to say in this one. This was a really good. He had some. I don't know. I'm trying to fight off a cough, which is causing me not to be able to think correctly, and I can't speak. I should just cough. All right, there you go. Unpause. Take a swig. Back to the action. All right. He does this video. EVS is still Comicsgate, and so are you. And I recommend you listen to it. I don't think Captain Frugal needs any introductions, but if you're sort of newer to Comicsgate, this guy is OG. And he's a real friendly fellow. He doesn't really get into the negatives and stuff like that. He talks a lot of positive, and he's a happy guy. So if you're kind of one of those people that I'm just tired of the drama, don't worry about that with Captain Frugal here. He's a fun, jovial fellow, I guess, would be the way I describe it. You just listen to his channel. You'll get a sense real quick. So anyways, he talks about a good point about EVS is still Comicsgate and so are you. And his point that he kind of makes, a spoiler, you should still watch this video. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but he's talking about that Comicsgate is, I'm putting my own words into this a little bit too, I'm paraphrasing. Comicsgate is an idea. So you can say, I quit Comicsgate, I'm not Comicsgate anymore. But if Comicsgate is the idea that we are wanting professionals in comics to act professionally, and we don't want the comics to be overly political and preachy to us, if you still believe that, saying you quit Comicsgate doesn't change anything. You're just trying to disassociate yourself with a label that was given to us, remember, by the pros, by the enemy. They called us that. We just complained about what we didn't like as fans. And then they said, oh, you guys are a bunch of idiots and you're a bunch of bigots and we don't want to cater to you because you're all, whatever the nasty things they would say. And then we'd fire back and be like, oh, how dare you call us this? What you're supposed to be professional. And it's like, and then they labeled us Comicsgate, presumably to associate us with Gamersgate. The thing is I think everyone who at any one time would have said they were Comicsgate. To say you leave Comicsgate is to suggest that you were in Comicsgate to begin with. And if you're in Comicsgate to begin with, that means you believe what the things I just said. You support that idea. Well, if you support that idea, saying I'm no longer a part of this, it's really not true. Unless you're saying I no longer support those ideas. Unless you're magically transforming into an SJW and are being like, yeah, screw that. I want politics in comics. I want my professionals to call people assholes and bigots, and that's what I want in the industry. I guess maybe then you could leave Comicsgate. I just can't see anyone really. I don't know. I don't see anyone making a good. Whatever. So suffice it to say, check out his channel. I really liked his points. Thanks, Captain Frugal. I'm a fan of yours. Look, see, here's my comment. So shout out to Captain Frugal. There's a spotlight channel for you to watch. Check out this particular video, and you'll see if you want to watch more. So back to what's going on. I always got to unbox my burger. See if it's any good. It's always good. In-N-Out never fails me. But they are humans. They are capable of making mistakes. And everything there is handmade to order, so sometimes things get mixed up. Let's see. Today, a little different. I just went with the double animal style. And let's orient this right here. Yeah, I'd say from a look standpoint, man, looks good. Perfectly toasted. I'm going to love chowing down on this bad boy. All right. Now, let's get to my comics. So, today was a pretty good pull. I didn't get to get my big lemonade. I decided to save a little money, so I went with water. And by the way, I demolished that burger. That was so good. Let's get on with what I got. Drowned Earth. Haven't read any of the Drowned Earth yet. I'm going to binge them when it's all complete. And I think it might be complete now with this. So I'll check, and then I'll binge them. And I'm going to I plan on doing a video for the whole thing to let you know if it's worth getting or trade waiting or just avoid. Heroes in Crisis. I like these alt covers with the whole like case file and then showing some crisis essentially in the particular character's life. I'm not particularly a fan of Wonder Woman, so I don't know her story. I don't know of the death of M-Lord. I'm assuming this was a big event for her in the book. So I've decided I like the Batman one when they did this, so I decided to keep going this. Heroes in Crisis, first issue knocked my socks off, I have to admit. I did a review on it, you can see it. Second issue was but I don't expect every issue to keep up that level of pace and quality. Sometimes you got to dip and dive, and if you're telling a big story, it's 9 issues. So I was like, all right, I'm going to forgive it, see how it fits in the greater scheme of things. So yeah, hopefully this one picks back up. I'll let you know for sure. Detective Comics, $9.93. Now, there has been some controversy of late on Detective Comics. I, coincidentally, had stopped reading Detective Comics. Not stopped, I paused reading after the first 2 issues of this block that James Robinson is doing. And then the next 2 issues came out, and I just got a little behind, and I started watching videos from other YouTubers that I respect, and people were just like, what the hell? This book sucks. And Nerdette was who from Nerdette's, not Nerd Shack. I can't get that out of my head. Nerdette's Newsstand, her video, she was like, I'm done with DC. I can't believe, and she's a huge Batman fan, and I was like, what the hell is going on with these books? So I've been meaning to read up. I was going to read the last 2 issues and then do a video like I did with my Nightwings to see, like, what is she right? Is she wrong? Like, what's going on? And I've just been battling this bronchitis for weeks, and it just makes you feel like just lying down and doing nothing. Not even wanting to read comics. So I haven't. I'm behind. So now I'm going to do all 3 issues, and then I'll do a sum up, because I believe, I don't know if this is the last one of the arc. This is either the last or the second to last of the arc. Hopefully it's the last, because that means Tomasi's next. Not that I like the first 2 issues of this. So that's why I'm kind of shocked that I'm hearing people talk bad. I mean, the first 2 issues weren't amazing. It wasn't like Batman Year One. It was a solid comic, though. Also, this alternate cover, I made a comment on the last time they did. Sorry if my voice changes like that. It's me like suppressing, hacking, and wheezing. I try to pause and then get it all out, but then that makes a jarring video. You're like, whoa, what that cut was for. So anyways, these alternate covers were kind of cool with the schematics, although this one doesn't fit entirely correctly because it's got Batman in it, where the other ones were just the vehicles. But why space them out like this? I'm pretty sure this is like stock art, or at least commissioned art that they probably all got at once, I'm guessing. And they could have just used it for like one, like this entire arc would have been great. It's a filler arc, everyone knows it. And every issue would just be a different schematic blueprint. So it goes together instead of being all separate, weird, like, I don't know. I've talked about this before. Every time I knew there were more, though. I was right. I knew there were more. And I'll bet you there's more still. All right. Uh-oh. Action Comics 1005. My most watched video, surprisingly enough, or unsurprisingly enough, is Action Comics 1004, my review I did of Bendis and his debacle and destruction of Superman. Oh, look at this cover. It's like, oh, look, Superman's like bringing toys for all the kiddos. You better... Bendis does not. I'm praying for a miracle that he turns it around. And I've seen him on an interview where he talked about we're all going to apologize to him when his run, after he gets, it's done, when we see the whole story run out. We're going to apologize to him for not having faith. And yeah, dude, that is some serious ego for considering what you're doing. All right. I picked this up because I'm finishing I'm this far in. I'm going to finish the current arc, at least, and I guess it's helping my channel a little bit. They're fun to review because there's actually things to talk about in this book. Really fun to review because Bendis is not a flunky. He's not a no-talent person. This guy has a lot of talent. There's a reason why he has a name in this business. No matter how much you hate him, the guy has talent. And I've described that and shown it off in previous reviews, especially Man of Steel, the early stuff. But he also has the ability to be a tremendous hack and just throw out crap out there without thinking that is utterly destructive. And anyways, he gives me a chance to, when I review the comic, to both point out really bad stuff and criticize, but also stuff to praise. Where usually books aren't like that. Usually books are just pure bad or reasonably just good without much to, criticize. So his stuff's all over the place. So they're really fun to review. All right. Justice League Odyssey number 3. Haven't read these yet. On the back burner. All right, this is a comic that I don't actually pick up for myself, but holy, I was really stoked on this cover. This cover looks so sick, and I'm not even really a giant anime fan, but I think the composition, everything, the black and white tones, Flash 59, Williamson, and Sandoval. So, yeah, this was a cool alt cover. They've been doing pretty good alt covers on Flash consistently. This is, it's hard to say it's one of the best because they've had so many good ones, but I didn't expect this at all. And this would be kind of cool to see a whole arc of alt covers. I like when the alt covers match the arc, and then they okay, new arc, new cover artist to give us something different. Anyways, I'm blabbing. That's a cool cover. Speaking of cool comic, though. Die, die, die. Okay, next one to shoot me gets extra killed. This comic is... It's just entertaining. It's not great. It almost feels like fluff at times, but I'm never bored. Never. I'm constantly turning the page. I'm getting a chuckle out of the dark comedy. I mean, it's really dark, but it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. It's very much self-aware. Let's put it that way. These guys know they're not out there to make a grimacing, depressing book. This book is fun. It's just this hyper-violent, just gore for the sake of gore, but the tone isn't that. I wish I could describe it so adequately. I'm at a loss for words. But I think you can kind of tell by, like some of the lines here. Okay, next one to shoot me gets extra killed, and holy smoke, Skybound really delivers a good. Brocka Doom. It's just, this is like late 80s, early 90s action, violence, exploitation. It's cool. It's fun. I'll be doing a review on that because that's one of my favorites. And then Exo Man of War 21. I need to really catch up on this. I have so many books I'm behind on, but what I've been reading of this series so far is excellent. Matt Kint has someone I didn't know before, but has shot up way high up on my radar as someone to watch. And I will keep buying this book. I'm sad that I missed out early, but I got a good deal on finding all the back issues. And Trajan, you really let me down, son. You really let me down. This is grade A. And that's it. So, I don't know what you like, what you think is going to be the best, what you're interested in, but put down on the list. Put down what comics you're collecting, buying each week, or that you're hot on. Which books you think, based on what I get every week, are something maybe that I'm missing out. Superman is on the chopping block, and that's pretty much the only one. This one is going away. What do you think is going to be best this week? I think it's going to be Exo. I think. And the worst, sadly, I really have to put my money on Bendis.